Here, what's going on, everyone? Welcome to the latest episode of Walking 90. It's me. I'm back. I've been off the show for a minute, but not because I've been lazy, because life's a motherfucker. We can all agree to that. But I'm the least important one on the show. Joining us as always is Eb, who's finally. Have you finally came back with milk, or are you just
She
in
was
between
on like 2
trips?
weeks ago.
I came
No,
back
no,
with
no. See, you didn't let me finish the joke. I was trying to see if she's fully back now, or did she just return for the baby pictures and whatnot? And they're like, all right, I'll see you when you turn 5.
Nah, don't do me like that. Don't do me like that.
Okay. All right. Also joining us on the show is Mr. Kyle Carr. How are you doing, sir, with the plethora of money you guys like to pay Fuego for defenders?
Hey, we didn't even have to pay money, so it was just an international spot, which is even better. But I'm good. New York
Damn,
was fun.
he traded him for the Puerto Rico shoes. That's fucked up.
Hey, Fuego's one that accepted it. Madden just threw it out there.
Not the hotel room deal. Damn.
So is it fair to say that Fuego is your feeder club? Like, are y'all doing the Liverpool Southampton thing?
To be determined. To be determined. Because there's still the whole Richmond players coming to Madison aspect and vice versa. So it's like, there's still that.
No, that doesn't. Y'all literally took the 2 best players from Fuego last year. It was like, you want to win?
Whose fault is that? Fuego's, not ours.
Liverpool,
Sounds like a Fuego
Southampton,
problem.
sir. I'm not disagreeing with you, but let's be real. This Liverpool, Southampton.
To be determined. Now, if we get Cerritos, then yes, absolutely.
Oh yeah, 100%.
If Cerritos happens next year, I will say yes.
We might have to look at tampering charges at that point.
They're just yeah. There's definitely gonna have to be some questionable investigations. I'll be happy with it, but someone is gonna throw a fit.
We might have to look at tampering. I was going to introduce Chip because 7 points, but I guess after 7 minutes of us blabbering, he was just like, all right, I'd have done my part. But Chip was here. Chip will be back shortly. But guys, my season's done. I got 5 games just to chill and just roster watch. So we're not going to bother talking about Richmond. We're going to kind of focus on the big games that's happened. We got North Carolina, NCFC. We got Union Omaha winning 7 straight. We got, let me back up. We got NCFC kind of getting back on track. We got NOCO weathering the storm, pun intended. We got Lexington making. Hey, it was a good pun. It was a good pun.
It was.
We got Lexington. And like I said, it was a good pun. We got Lexington making a somewhat charge. They're kind of all over the place a little bit. We got Ford Madison figuring whether or not they want a playoff spot or not. Triumph kind of sticking around. I mean, this table is still kind of all over the place where I hate to say it, anywhere between 1 through 6 can still get a first place spot. Right? It's weird.
Technically, yes. I feel like right now there's kind of like there's the battle for first, and that's between NOCO, North Carolina, and Omaha. Then there's do y'all want this playoff spot between Charlotte, Greenville, and Madison? And then there's Knoxville and maybe Tormenta just hovering around.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like other than like Lexington and Richmond are kind of in this, we're just gonna play spoiler and fuck everyone's season.
Yes.
Yeah. That's it. That's it at this point. That's it. I mean, it's funny enough to say, like, when we started this year off, we were pre-rooting Richmond. And I was just like, all right, Richmond's toughest task is going to be from this Union Omaha game till Tormenta. And literally, all those teams are in the playoff spot. So we'll get in. And we mess with somebody's season in the course of it. It works for me. But let's talk about, we got last night's games happening. We had NOCO versus Lexington. We had NCFC versus Union Omaha. I started with Union Omaha versus NCFC. A very thrilling game, 4-3. I feel like the scoreline is maybe a little bit misleading, but overall, it was a very good matchup.
Yeah, I didn't get to watch it because the stream was so shitty that halfway through, it just was a white screen. And I guess they played like the feed looked. So I don't know.
I was gonna say this game was more or less over by like the 60th minute.
Well, that was what 4-1, and then we came back 4-3.
It was 3-1 at the 60th, and then it was 4-1 after Mesa scored in the 75th, and then he scored like 2 late goals, and I was like, oh,
yeah.
And honestly, if there was more time, there's a possibility that NCFC could have gotten the equalizer.
Yeah, it is. But also keep in mind, Youngma made a bunch of subs after we were up 4-1. Like,
Oh yeah, they took their foot off the gas at that point.
yeah. I look, I will I will admit that I was wrong. Union Omaha coach got this team humming and flying. Like, I was questioning him starting the year, like, I don't know. But I mean, 7 straight wins. You got this team there at the top of the table. It seems like they haven't missed a step with the former coach gone now. I mean, you got talent all across the field, from Joe Gallardo to Duba to Brito to Doyle to Scares. Like, is it possible Omaha can be not dark horse, but are they the favorites headed into these last 4 to 5 games?
I'm not going to fully say yes, just because we do have to know that NCFC didn't. Like, it was still a strong squad, but it wasn't the strongest squad.
For NCFC?
Yeah.
No, that was pretty much our lineup.
Yeah. Maybe goalkeeper. I don't know. Is Thompson usually the starter?
The keeper is the
But like Rafa came off the bench.
Yeah, but any one of those 4 up top can like come off the bench. Like you can literally switch out Olex, Garrett, Rafa, Cervania, Mikey at any point, and then you still got Pop waiting. Like,
I'll lean towards not yet. I'm still leaning towards NCFC, but Omaha finishing first wouldn't surprise me. But I'm still leaning NCFC.
Okay. Not a bad bet. I would like to say Union was probably the dark horse. I still kind of like Noco is getting that 1 seed, but it wouldn't surprise me if Union locks it up. I mean, what's Union Omaha's next couple of games?
They got Richmond, Chattanooga, Fuego. So that's another. Those are games they should win. They get NCFC on the road, Charlotte at home, Tormenta and Madison on the road for their final 2 matches.
So we've got Omaha. So like you said, Omaha, NCFC, and NOCO.
Yeah.
You're saying that NCFC is still locking up that top spot. If they play like they did yesterday, I think they dropped to 2, and NOCO sneaks in at number 1.
It is interesting though, because the last, like, NCFC's 2 losses, Omaha, and the previous one before that was NOCO. So it is interesting, like, when they play, and NCFC also didn't beat Madison. It seems like they beat the teams they're supposed to beat, but when they get a team that is playing really well at the time, that's when things start to get a little wobbly. And the other reason why I'm leaning toward NCFC is their schedule is just it's just still easier than Omaha's. And I haven't looked at NOCO's, but I know NOCO plays Madison twice in the next month. Like, I think NCFC still has Fuego. They still have Tormenta. They still have Greenville. They have Lexington. So these are games that, again, they should win. It's just the 2 games back-to-back that they have at the end of September, where they have NOCO on the road, then Omaha at home. That's going to be the interesting part.
Is Dominic? This question popped up on Twitter, so I actually hear, but is Dominic a legit candidate for Coach of the Year? I say yes.
Yeah. He's a candidate, yes. I think it would be silly not to say that, but I think he is a candidate.
Yeah, I will honestly say the top 3. I would go Stam Stokely, Dominic, and will be my top 3. Right now.
You're not gonna throw Bradford in there? I mean, to be fair, he's already admitted that they built for the championship because they knew it was coming. So this is a very stacked team to go into a new league next year.
I think if you go against expectations, then I would say Zaid.
I'm leading Zaid. I'm leading him just because of what he did with Noko. Like,
to take that also say compared to expectations.
Yeah,
like
I mean Dominic too. Like I don't know. Between right now, those two right there, I would say they're probably neck and neck right now. It just depends. Whoever finishes higher above the other, I would give the coach of the year to. That's probably a determinative factor for me. I would say. All right. So we got that. Let's go focus on the second game. We were already talking about it. NoCo versus Lexington. Another pretty good contest here. 3-2 here. NoCo gets back on track with a win at home. Trevor Alman, he breaks Terzagi's record, which I didn't mind. I didn't like the way how y'all tweeted it out there. It's only been 5 years.
Y'all.
Like, this ain't a league that's been around for 15 years. Well, I don't know who tweeted. I'm just saying. He's in a league that's been around for 15 years. So,
wasn't me.
You know,
I don't even know what I was doing this past weekend. It wasn't me.
I don't know either. But Evans breaks the record right now. I think he's on what 20 goals right now.
Yeah, it's kind of high. I'm very shocked.
It's big. It's big up there. How many goals do you think he can finish the year with? Do you think he can crack 30? Like, can he get 30?
Well, it depends on what is their schedule. That's the biggest thing. It's, like, that's wild, but
they have.
Oh yes, they can. They've got
7 matches.
Yeah, but look at who they play.
I know. I'm saying 25.
All right, so I'm gonna call out the games. You tell me how many goals you think he scores. Tormenta.
At least 2.
1.
Fuego.
2.
I'm gonna give him 1 there. He's gonna take a break.
Madison.
I don't think he scores against Madison.
Yeah, I'll say. Yeah, I'll say none.
So right now, y'all on 3 each.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So NCFC.
He scores a goal.
Doesn't score.
Okay. Triumph.
1.
2.
So 4. No.
I'm on 6.
Yeah, 4 to 6. Okay. I was trying to do Madison again.
I think he scores in that one, and he gets a brace.
I'll say 1.
Chattanooga.
That's where his hat trick comes in.
I'll say 2. He gets a brace.
Ooh.
I'm at 11.
I'm at like what, 7?
You think he gets 11?
I say 7. I think 7 is realistic.
I subscribe to shoot or shoot. Okay.
I subscribe to smarter teams will make sure to try and lock him down. It is going to be.
You down.
You know what? Everyone else, you go ahead and try and score on us. We're shutting this guy down. It's going to be almost like what they did to Terzaghi in the past.
I give him 6.
Shoot or shoot, and he's been doing it. He's.
Well, hold on, wait. Does he take PKs for him?
Yeah.
Oh, so I'll go 8. I'll go 8.
There's at least 1 PK in that Fuego game.
Because I don't think he plays the last game. I don't think he plays the Chattanooga game.
I disagree. If
that's what he needs to break 30, he's playing.
No, if NoCo is in a position to either clinch the first seed or clinch second, like if they can clinch 1 or 2, he is playing.
I think they clinch it before then. I think they clinch it before they play y'all the second time.
Right now they are 1 point behind North Carolina, and they're tied with Omaha, and they're ahead of Omaha on a 6-goal difference.
Trust me, chaos is coming. Look, they got Tormenta, they got Fuego, they play Madison, they play North Carolina. Triumph Madison. I think there's a chance they might lock it up before they play Madison again that second time. I think they'll have it locked up. I think they'll be that 1 seed locked up.
So you think they get the 1 seed locked up?
Yeah,
By then,
I think they get the 1 seed locked up.
I don't know. If
Oh, so who are you going? You going NOCO, NCFC Omaha, or NOCO Omaha NCFC?
NOCO Omaha NCFC.
Wow.
Right now.
That's hate in your heart. That's okay.
No, it's not. It's really not. I think all
That's
three teams
hateration.
finished strong. I think all 3 teams finished strong. I just think NCFC will beat Union Omaha, right? But they'll lose to NOCO. But NOCO will finish out the year stronger. That's the way I felt like it would go. I would love for all roads to go through NCFC, but I don't know.
That's a lot of hateration in this dancery. That's a lot.
I promise you, it's not. It's not. It's not. But I've also been riding this NOCO train heavy.
That is true.
Yeah, I told you I was
fair.
a bad man. I told you I was a bad man.
That's fair. You have been. I will give you that. Okay.
So I'm gonna rock. Talking about bad men, we're gonna go up to Portland, a team that we thought was just Birch FC. We never thought they would come to fruition. They actually have. We got a team up in Portland, not on the West Coast, up in the East Coast, up in Maine. They got announced today.
The better
Thoughts
Portland.
on them? Yeah, the better Portland. They're coming in 2025, guys. The funny thing is they got the same colors. Like, are they really going to go with this green and gold theme? Like, is that really what they're going to tie their legs
I think
to?
they're going to have green because when they were selling all that merch back then, it was green.
But they can't go with gold. Like, you get...
Probably not. I mean, I doubt they go with gold. I could see they'll definitely have green. I just don't know what the second color will be.
I just don't want them to be like what's a real... Like, I don't want them to be the Kmart version of Portland Timbers.
Okay. Wow.
I'm just saying. Portland...
Hey, Kmart might be fitting. You know.
I'm just saying.
Look,
Like...
wait, but that means it goes out of business.
That's true.
That's
Great
crazy.
Yogi's already
Churches?
saying this
They did the Churches chicken or fried chicken.
Wow, stop it.
Whoa. They are the Burger King.
Yeah, that fits more. Yeah.
You called them the Kmart of Portland teams and then called them the Church's Chicken of Portland teams.
Guys, man, like
Crazy. Wild.
Like, unless this is Portland Timbers 2 on the East Coast, you cannot attach yourself to that. You can't. It's gonna just look bad.
Wild. And then it's just the fact that you followed it up with Church's Chicken. I just
Like, because we remember churches trying to brand themselves as like,
That's why I said
we're
Burger
like
King. I think Burger King is
Popeyes,
better.
but we're from Texas. This is bad. That is okay. Yeah.
I'm not over that.
But yeah, I mean, they're coming in 2025.
So you can't add them and then still ignore the Midwest and West Coast.
Well,
So-
honestly, you're getting
What do you
two West
ignore
Coast
those-
teams
Who
next year.
teams next year?
Okay, but for every team you add in the West Coast, you're adding 3 in the East Coast. You're adding 3 in North Carolina. Okay, so
Well, y'all leaving.
yeah, but you're adding Wilmington and like 3 other teams in the
Wilmington.
South.
So the only teams that are confirmed are Spokane, Santa Barbara, Brooklyn, and Portland. That's it. Those are only confirmed. Outside of that, I will agree. The Midwest is bare. It's only
We
NOCO,
need
Omaha,
something.
Madison.
Like
not
Rochester, Minnesota. Like, can we get that? Can Fort Wayne get back on this? Can I don't know what else is going to be in the air. Maybe a team in Michigan. I don't know.
I don't nobody want that.
I didn't say the Michigan Stars. I just said a team in Michigan.
A team in Michigan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do they want that reputation?
It's going to be Michigan
I don't
Stars.
know. I just need a short I need a drive that will not take me 8 hours.
It's going to be Michigan Stars.
No, don't do that. That's
It's
Rochester, Minnesota. Come on. Let's go. What are you waiting for?
It's going to be Michigan Stars, y'all.
I just want some other teams, not Michigan Stars. Please no, that's just gonna be a bad time.
You either get it them or Gold Star Detroit. And it's probably going to be Michigan Stars.
No, thank you. That sounds terrible.
It's probably going to be Michigan Stars.
Why do you keep wishing that upon us? What did we do to you? What the fuck?
He's been gone a month. He just came back angry.
Right.
I just can't wait.
You
for
suffer.
their owner. I just can't wait for their owner to start attacking Fort Madison fans for being too happy at games.
How dare you smile? What the fuck is wrong with you? A DJ?
Did y'all see his what was it? His latest post against Detroit?
Yeah,
he
that one
tweeted racism to like that being liked.
I was like,
what?
You have no position to talk.
Like, sir, you're a whole Trump fan. Shut up. No one's trying to hear this.
Where were you on Jan 6?
Oh no.
Where was the admin on January 6th?
He was there.
That's just a question I'm asking.
Yeah,
I'm not
he was
saying
there.
they were there. I'm just asking, where were they?
All right, so yeah. So we'll get into that later in the offseason when we get more news, but don't be surprised. Moving on to one of the teams that's out west now, Central Valley Fuego. They're near the bottom of the table. Are they holding it up, or is Chattanooga?
No, they are firmly bottom of the table now.
No, they're holding it up. Yeah.
They're holding up the
Chattanooga's like
bottom of
5
the
points
table.
clear.
We almost lost to the bottom of the table.
Hey, we drew with them.
Same.
That
It
was
took a
wild.
miracle, and it took a lot of goals at the end. 2 late goals for that draw.
Like,
They had 10 men, but
I don't know what's happening with the voodoo around Fuego, but
It's the late manager bounce, bro. I swear to God, it is. I swear it is.
oh, it is a clean house, full on everything that they tried doing. It didn't work. Everyone's gone. Anyone that was associated from it from day one is leaving.
Yeah. Is it fair to say this is an estate sale? Like, like the person's already dead. They left a whole bunch of stuff. And it's just like, we got to find a way how to sell this because we can't pay for the funeral. So we just going to sell everything to at least make some money from it. Like, is it fair to say this is an estate sale?
I was going to say flea market, but.
Wow.
An estate sale means they're dead.
Kmart, churches, and flea market.
An estate sale means they are dead. They are not dead.
Are we sure?
Yes. Apparently they tweet now, so like there's progress.
I mean, homeboy got fired. I don't think he got told. So let me tell y'all something. So y'all remember right before they played Richmond, the news broke out that like their coach, the interim coach, got replaced.
Yeah.
You know the players found out on the plane, right?
What?
Yeah, the players, the Central Valley Fuego players found out on the plane that the coach wasn't going to go, so they had to put this other guy in place.
You would think the players would be like, hell, where's coach at? Like, we're about to jump on this flight. Where's the coach? You would think they would tell him that before.
That's what they found out.
They got to the airport and he went with them.
The reverse Lane
Yes.
Kiffin. He didn't get fired in the tarmac. He got fired before he got there.
No, they had to cancel his. They had to change his ticket to somebody else. That's wild. And that was expensive. I know it was.
That is hilarious. So yeah, so you got that. But Fuego has transferred Ozzy Ramos, one of their best midfielders / defenders, to Fort Madison. Fort Madison trying to seal up their defense for this late push in the playoffs. For an international roster spot that I don't know what Fuego's going to do with it. But then also at the same time about that, they have also let Vice President Nino Blanco, he's left as well. Guys,
What are they going to do with this international roster spot?
I don't care.
I don't know. I don't know.
Don't care. Not my
Like-
problem.
You literally are just, if we're going with they're dead, they're having like they're cleaning house. What the fuck was the roster spot for? Are you
This
going
is
to
like
be
trading
around
an NBA player for cash.
like,
No, they're literally holding on to timeouts at this point.
you can't take them with you.
Like
You can't take them
it's
with
the
you.
it's the fourth quarter. It's 40-0. It's a blowout. They're like, all right, take a timeout to break the subs on. The coach is like, nah, we gonna keep going. Like this is, I don't know. I don't like what, because I mean you can hold the international roster spot for next year, but who is
Are you
Fuego
here
gonna
next
bring
year?
in? I'm assuming they're gonna be here. I'm assuming they are. I'm just saying, like, who do you go get? Because this is going to have to be a complete gut job.
Well, I mean, you could get anyone with the international roster spot. It's just a matter of are they going to be talented enough?
Yeah.
Like that's the thing. Like international just means not American. They can get someone from Mexico. They can get someone from Canada. They can get someone from the Caribbean or Central America. Like they have options.
But the option is,
I don't even know how many like international spots you get. Like that's also the thing. Like how many do you really get in League One?
I don't know. I
Really?
think I
Let me see if
heard
can look it up.
4, but that can vary.
There's no way it could be 4.
Once again, I don't know. That's what I heard at one point. It could be more. I'm assuming it got to be more.
Okay, USL. Well, this is old, but it says each team is permitted a maximum of 5 forward players on its active game day roster and 7 on its main roster.
I was going to say, I'm looking at my
But this is also back in 2008 when there was the PDL. God damn it!
You went to Wikipedia to look for that?
No PDL.
Oh.
We're going old school.
Yeah, y'all.
I don't know. I think Fuego is funny because they have periods where they look really good, and then you remember that everything else outside of the playing field is a dumpster fire.
Mm-hmm.
Like there was no reason for them to get that PK against NCFC, and then there was no reason for them to do as well as they did versus Richmond. But here we
Self-inflicted
are.
errors, but yes.
Huh?
I said self-inflicted errors, but yes.
I mean, isn't that basically what that isn't? It basically how they're getting all their goals is self-inflicted errors.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
They're just playing with reckless abandon. I mean, they're playing. Don't get me wrong. They have been one of the funner teams to watch during this last 2-3 weeks.
Only because they're chaos.
But
Yeah,
that's the
they're
thing.
literally
They
playing with
don't
reckless
lose. They're
abandon.
just saying, "Fuck it, let's go." Like there's no pressure.
No, at all.
So we're just
When you
we're just
don't have
gonna
pressure, you can just play however you want. Like, what are the consequences? There are
we're
no
just gonna go
consequences.
reckless abandon, like go forth and do whatever, fuck shit up.
You're not going to
And
get relegated.
And
You know, look, like we said before, this team is getting gutted. They are getting gutted. So what else you got left to play for? Go out there and have
mean-
some fun, kick the ball around, have a Capri Sun, sprinkle some orange juice, and have fun.
So like four hydration breaks in one game because that's how we play soccer. So
Yeah, that was also one of the reasons why you probably couldn't watch the match. It was just whenever you were able to watch, there was a hydration break.
if
How
their
hot was
if air
it?
quality was that bad, don't play.
Wow.
Don't play. Why would
Yeah,
you play
true.
that game if the air quality required you to have 2 hydration breaks and then a halftime and then another hydration break and then another hydration break? We took 6 breaks. There were 6 stoppages of play.
So, real quick, I don't mean to interrupt you that, but according to Transfermarkt, the number of players that are signed back for next year on a 2-year deal for Central Valley Fuego, guess how many?
1.
2.
0.
Goddamn.
It's a gut job, dog. I'm telling you, they are gutting this
that's
team.
literally what NCFC did their first year. No one had a 2-year contract. And then they did it the following year where we were also still bottom of the table. No one had a 2-year contract. And then now all of a sudden we have players on like 2 years, 3 years. The only player that was signed long was Nick Holiday. And like the younger kids that were like on academy contracts that were getting it to get to 18. But like we weren't signing players for multiple years. This is exactly what it feels like. It feels like you're like, will I have a team next year? Oh, yeah, but you can only sign players for 1 year because that's all the money we have.
Well, it's also at this point, it's like everything is so bad. You don't want to, like, anyway you try and keep long term, they're going to want to leave anyway.
Right. Nobody wants to stay in a possibility. I want to guarantee that I'm playing soccer next year.
Yeah. So yes, I mean, literally, that's what it is. Like, this team's going to be new. They are going to be gutted next year. It's going to be a revamp.
Are they going to pull Chattanooga? Well, they're already in the process of pulling a Chattanooga.
It might be more than that, to be honest.
This might be the first. I mean, could you think about all the expansion teams that have came into USL? They've all had relative success. Like Fuego's the first one that really has bombed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are we talking about overall success? Because then, yeah, you can't include NCFC. But if you're talking about like, because
if you look at every team that was brand new with the creation of USL League One. So if you go back to 2019,
yeah,
every team has some positive except Fuego.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like Lansing
overall
got to the playoffs, even though they folded that year.
Lansing Lansing finished second in year one in the regular season.
Right. Union Omaha has a title. Greenville has a title. Fort Madison has 2019 made the playoffs.
Chattanooga made a final.
Chattanooga made a final. Tormenta's got a title. Lexington and One Ducks are in year one.
And Lexington's having and both are, you would say, having a respectable season.
Yeah.
Nothing to be upset about.
Right. Fuego's the only one you can say, legitimately, they've had 2 bad back-to-back years.
And last year wasn't as bad.
Well, no, I'll take that back. It wasn't as bad, but you could tell there were still like worrying signs. Like, we already started hearing grumblings. It was more off the field stuff.
They were just there last year. And Tucson started the year terrible. NCFC and Madison fell off a cliff at the halfway point. That's like why they've all finished below Fuego. But Fuego was not anything special. They were just there.
Yeah, Fuego last year finished 8th with 11 wins, 7 draws, 12 losses, 37 goals scored, 40 given up, and 40 points.
So it wasn't that they were good. It was just that everybody else around them was bad.
Yeah. There was 7
I remember saying all last year, I was like, there is nothing special about this Fuego team. Like, they're not as good as, like, this is not that good of a team. It's just that they were the quintessential mid-table. They are Chelsea. They are mid-table Chelsea. Chaos is everywhere.
Damn. Okay.
Look, if we're gonna just be mean,
I will give Fuego this. They finished 2 points outside of the playoff race, but it was more so like by the time they got close enough, it was like the playoff race was already won. Like it was already close.
Yeah.
Because we're in the 3rd division, it's hard to tell who was the coaching candidates. If you are Century Valley Fuego CEO, right? You own Fuego. 1, what is the ideal coach you go for? And 2, what is the ideal style? Because like we talked about it before, you're literally working with a clean slate. A clean slate. So you can bring in 22 to 25 guys who are your own that like who do you go get? Like the
you either need to just go with the most boring style that can get you wins, a la Greenville-esque, or you just need to go with a potent attack, entertaining. Games are going to be 4-3, 3-2, 5-4, stuff like that. Like, you either need to go boring as hell, but you win, or at least give people something to watch, or give people something worth watching. I don't know which one is going to be the better approach, but you got to do one or the other. You can't be boring and bad.
Well, won't your style of play be dictated by who your coach is?
Right. I don't know who you bring in as a coach, because
Well, that's why I asked. Like, if you're the CEO,
what would
kind of
motivate
coach do
you
you
to
go
want to
with?
take this job?
I think because you got the clean slate. I think literally that. If Fuego has shown they are willing to spend money, I mean, think about it. This is a team that finished 8th last year.
Where have they shown
instead
that
of
they're
paying-
willing to spend money?
Let me get to that point. Because remember, at the start of the year, what was the big thing that we all talked about? Why are they letting Cheney go? Why are they letting Cheney go? Well, it comes to find out they're ready to make Terzaghi the highest paid player in USL because they're trying to get him to come. So that shows you they have money there. That shows you they have money.
They did
So,
a
like,
kit reveal at a Dave and Buster's.
That part.
Yeah, that's true. That's just dumb marketing. But with this clean slate, I mean, it also think about it. Where you're in California, you're in a good market. Like, you can dumb luck your way into some talent. But
Yep.
I will say this as well. Like, it will be damning if Santa Barbara comes in and they hit the ground running.
Well, we already know that that's their plan because we literally had that conversation. They're going to show up and they're going to be ready to go. Players, fans, marketing, all of it.
Yeah. I think the more damning part, I honestly think the more damning part isn't going to be if Santa Barbara or even Spokane come and hit the ground running. It's that they do this complete overhaul and make no progress. If there is no sign of progress, because even, again, if they come in and say, hey, we have this style of play that is very entertaining, that at least gets people to watch, that is at least progress. But if they go another year of just being bad and not fun to watch and there's nothing there and they're still beat and like the fans are still angry, they have people leaving the door left, right, and center, that's more damning. If you don't show any progress in any way, shape, or form, that's going to be the most damning thing, not a new team coming in and hitting the ground running.
I think first and foremost, like, the front office stuff got to be cleared up. I haven't listened to El Fuego Pod, so I'm sorry, El Fuego Pod. I haven't listened in a while, but the front office, I'm assuming, has to get cleaned up. Like, that relationship has to get better. But on the field, like, there's a plethora of talent you can go tap into. I mean, where Fresno is, there's so many teams you can tap into. San Jose, Sacramento, Oakland, Monterey Bay. Who else am I forgetting? LAFC, LA Galaxy. Like, there's so many different talents and players you can come tap into and be like, look, if you go to a guy in Sacramento who's on the bench, right? He's a promising player, and you tell him, look, come to us, you'll start 20 out of 32 games. You'll get good minutes. We'll make you the face of our defensive back line. And in a year, if there's a team that wants to come in and sign you, we are willing to let you go.
San Diego, you could look at someone that's sitting on the bench at San Diego and say the same thing.
Right.
So, but my biggest concern, Kyle, you kind of touched on it about, like, there's no progress. Your closest team will be Sacramento, 2.5 hours away. So are you telling people to get on a bus, a train, to drive 2.5 hours to watch a soccer game when you could be the biggest piece of Northern California? You're right there. So if you clean house, you spend all this money and all of this stuff, and you can't find a coach to come in and you can't get the front office to market well. You don't even have to market exceptionally well. You just have to say, we're soccer, we're here. And you don't have to drive. You can just literally be here.
Yeah.
And you fuck that up. I'm already watching teams fuck that up.
Well, that's the thing. You got to get the biggest thing they need to do is get the fans to give a shit and not have them be pissed off at their ownership and wonder what the hell is this team doing. That's your first step.
Do we know what that is? Do we know what that looks like?
I think just generally listening to the fans, trying to get their feedback and keep the fans up to date. I feel like just giving the fans updates on what the hell is actually going on would be a good start. I feel like that is probably, and cutting back on some of the exorbitant prices that they charge for certain things. I think doing things like that will at least get the fans to be like, all right, we'll give you a chance. We'll hear what you're saying.
I agree. Let me ask you guys this, and I'm going to throw this out there. We already kind of mentioned it. San Diego is unfortunately folding at the end of the year.
Yeah.
If you're Fuego, do you make a run in Nate and be like, look, come over here and take us over? You can stay in California.
You make an attempt. I don't know if he's going to take it, but you try.
Yeah. Is there an ideal coach for them? Because once again, like Spokane hasn't announced a coach, Santa Barbara hasn't announced a coach.
I think
like,
Santa Barbara though, Santa Barbara's gonna come in and they're gonna be like, here's our coach, here's our GM, here's our sporting director, whatever they're gonna do. They're gonna announce them all at once and they're gonna put them all out in front of the people and be like, this is our plan. And then we already know their colors, their logo, all that stuff. They're gonna put it all out there at once and they're just gonna be like, go, prosper, sign your players, here's a blank check. I think they're playing the no news is good news route, and Spokane is kind of just like all over the place. So I don't really know.
I don't know who the ideal coach is, just because I feel like in this league, it's really hard to know what you got to strike it with a good assistant. You're either going to get someone that knows USL or you get an assistant and hope they turn out.
So 2 things before we move on to our last topic. But one, I feel like for Fuego to succeed, they need to first get a strong GM, someone that, like you said, Kyle, that can maneuver the market, understand they can set that place in. And then secondly, go get a good head coach. He can be young, he can be older, but just someone that can just rejuvenate the Central Valley Fuego fan base and kind of build his roster. It's a clean slate. You can build it. But secondly,
I don't think, to be fair, I don't think it can be an older coach because we're in a new era of soccer and these old coaches are being phased out. Like, we can't have a Bruce Arena out.
Well, I was gonna say, unless you get like a Bob Lilly, someone that can come in and win right away.
Right.
And he's not coming. Like, you need, if you're gonna get an old coach, you need someone that's like a winner.
Yeah. What if it's
But they're
Jimmy?
probably not coming down to League One. They're looking at championship in MLS.
What if it's Jimmy?
Jimmy who?
Oh, absolutely not. Get the fuck out. Get the fuck out.
Jimmy O'Brien.
You know what? That would be on brand. That would be so fucking on brand.
Oh my god.
If Chattanooga brings Jimmy back, boy.
If Fuego brings Jimmy back into this league, you gotta burn the league down. Who approves that?
That is a USL. That is a Players Association shit show fight right there.
I want to be in the room for that. I want to be in the room for that.
We cannot. That would literally no. Absolutely.
That is possibly the worst option you've thrown.
That's like saying, what if it's Vlaco?
Like, you're asking, let's bring Rory Dames in. Like, where is the bar that you are setting?
Look, we're talking about Fuego. They just throwing out a list of names like, huh?
What, you're gonna have Rubiales come and run the team as a general manager at this point? Like, what are you doing?
What are you doing? What do we? I wouldn't put that on my worst enemy. Don't do that to Fuego. I have faith in Fuego. I'm gonna give
Fuego just got a
Fuego.
list of names that are like horrendously bad and just like, huh? What you think? Nah. What about this one? Nah.
Mm-mm.
You
Mm-mm.
sure? Nah. All right. So, like I said, we got 3 teams on the West Coast, all going to have vacant coach spot. What is the best situation for a coach out of Santa Barbara, Spokane, and Central Valley?
Oh, Santa Barbara.
I'd say Spokane. I feel like Spokane is, I just feel like because they seem to have this plan, they seem to have this vision, and they also seem to be the one that wants to go in with this approach. I think they just have a plan and approach.
Honestly,
I think they're going to come in. Yeah. Santa Barbara second.
Well, yeah, I agree with Kyle because Spokane, there's no other big soccer team up that way outside of Portland. Like,
Oregon,
there's no
not
one else
Portland,
around there.
Wait, so
You're
are
right.
we saying which is better for the soccer or for a coach to coach in that city?
Well, I'm saying as a coach because
Oh, if
there's a
I can
talent-
live in Santa Barbara, I will do that.
Oh, yeah,
Absolutely. But if I'm
100%.
trying to coach,
Yeah, if I'm trying to coach, I'm thinking Spokane's the best spot because outside of the Timbers, there's no other soccer, right? There's no championship team. There's no NISA team. So I can literally sit there and think about how many guys are from that area in USL League One already on different teams. And think about it, Ballard, who won USL League Two, are from that area. You can literally start pulling players from there and be like, hey, look, come up here, play League One. You play great. We'll ship you on out. Actually, your question, Alex, no, we don't know anything about Santa Barbara outside of they're here.
they have a logo and a team name and are supposed to be playing in 2024. That is what we know.
I'm of the camp of I ain't gotta tell you everything, but when I show up on the field, I'm gonna show you what I got.
That's why I'm not worried about Santa Barbara. They're going to show up. It's going to be, they're going to make a roster announcement. They're just going to drop like 10 players in like December, go silent, maybe sign another like 4 or 5 players in preseason and just come in and blitz whoever they play week 1 and score like 5 goals. And we'll be like, what the hell just happened?
Yeah. It can happen. Yeah, so that was a fun conversation. Because I think we
bring
just
Jimmy back. Like, what is wrong with you?
Yeah, like
I didn't say bring him back. I would say, what if Fuego would be like,
If we
What's
are
your
trying
take?
to make a team that everyone would willingly hate, that is step 1. You bring in Rubiales. Step 2, might as well sign Mason Greenwood just to add the trifecta of shit.
Anthony's looking for a job too. Fuck it.
yeah, Abusers FC, baby.
If Gilsey
Huh?
Sigurdsson beats his case and then has to leave and come to America, there you go.
There you go.
We're not gonna do that to Fuego.
Bruce Arena might as well just coach as well at this rate.
We're not gonna do that to Fuego. That they can be their own thing.
And
Fuego,
Kalen
I
Kyle will be
believe
the
in
lead
you.
commentator for the matches.
Okay, now you've gone too far. Now you've
That's
gone
too
too
far.
fucking far.
That's
That's too
the
far.
point. That's the point.
Not Mason Greenwood, not Anthony, not Sigurdsson. Kalen Kyle commentating matches is too far.
I believe in
That's-
you, Fuego. You have the opportunity to do something great. Rebrand, get your shit together, take
Just
over
don't do it at a David Buster's.
that.
Just get your shit together. I don't care how
Get
you
it
go about
together,
Get your
and
shit
I
together.
promise the people will come. They are hungry for soccer. Do you know there's about to be 4 tournaments back to back to back to back in the US? People want their soccer. Just try, and
Yeah.
people will show up. Okay. There's about to
Alright.
be Gold Cup, Nations League, a World Cup, and the Olympics. People will show the fuck up. Just try.
Oh,
And scene.
All right, y'all. So this week on the docket, we got a full list. We got 6 games, 4 on Saturday and 2 on Sunday. Guys, let's
It is
start off.
wild that they're trying to do to have any matches go on Sunday. That just sounds like bad planning on the USA.
That's
League
terrible. Who's
You're gonna
fucking
do it on the
showing up
first
to
week of football?
Yes.
Yeah, that's bad.
Like Saturday's one thing. Like it's tough to nowadays. Like, to beat
Bro,
it Saturday.
Saturday.
But you doing Sunday?
Anybody playing soccer this weekend at
Pat Mahomes
all?
just threw a pick six.
Wild.
Okay. That's
wild. Because who the
Hey,
fuck
we
is
had a
watching
Henny
soccer?
Derby on Thursday Night Football. I don't know who it was that.
Bro.
That's not as ridiculous as yes. Let's have a match at 6 p.m. on Sunday
Yeah, that was a good play in it.
with another match right after that.
First of
And
all,
the
who
Sunday-
would watch
and
a
it's the
10?
Cowboys and Giants. Bad idea.
Yes.
First of all-
we are the opening Sunday night football game. And you think I'm about to turn on fucking Fuego versus Lexington?
But
That's
first of all,
unfair to Fuego and Lexington. That's so
who will watch that
fucking
game
rude.
Sunday at 10:30 at night? Who watching that?
They did Noco, Tormenta, Fuego, and Lexington so fucking dirty on this weekend.
Yeah.
On football, the holy day? Nah.
Mm.
And like I said, you got Giants Cowboys as a Sunday night.
You know where I will be watching that game.
Yeah, somebody ain't thinking about this right.
Someone did not plan. I don't know, like, and I mean, it's not like in California, like they care that much about college football, but they care about NFL.
Look, Saturday. Oh, so
It's not
this
even about
Saturday.
that. It's 10:30 at night on a Sunday. Who watching that?
This weekend, I have the Courage game. It's at noon on a Saturday. Who? Noon on a Saturday. NC State's playing Notre Dame in the same town. Goodbye.
Yeah, I don't know why the Wisconsin Badgers have to play on Saturday night. That's at 6:30, so that's gonna be great.
They put the Badgers at prime time?
Yes.
Okay.
Hey, Virginia State play it too, baby. Fuck Little State.
Okay. The games this week. What are we doing?
Someone
All
did
right,
not
first-
plan. Someone did not do scheduling correctly.
No, they didn't.
Is
This is
Nebraska
what
playing at
happens when you
home?
let soccer people plan the schedule. Because I would have been like, September 10th. Don't put them games on there.
Is Nebraska
All right,
playing at home? I just have to double check because
Okay, I would go to these real quick. Charlotte versus Chattanooga. I'm assuming we all taking Charlotte.
Yeah, I guess.
a draw.
Oh,
This is dumb enough to be a draw.
Is-
This is the chaos match of the week for me.
Seriously?
You got a team.
That last game was a draw.
You got a team who
You got a point.
they play better
You
at
got a
home.
point.
Everything is set for them to take full advantage of this, and they will somehow make it difficult for themselves. Chaos.
I mean, Chattanooga is known to surprise us a time or two.
I'm going Charlotte.
I'm
Give
saying
me
draw.
4-0.
Wow.
I think this is the game where they just put the daggers in Chattanooga and it's done.
The dagger hasn't already been there.
No, I think it's fully in there. Like Chattanooga's been like, it's like that sad dog that's in the wheelchair that's just limping around. Like
Wow.
Charlotte's the guy that just comes around and just kicks the wheelchair. It just be like, just die. Just die.
Oh my god.
Just die. It's over.
Okay. Well.
Yogi,
It's over.
what?
It's over. It's done. Okay. We're done with this. Greenville versus NCFC.
I'm not past the dog in the wheelchair.
I'm just saying, it's done. It's over with Chattanooga. We're not.
NCFC.
I got NCFC.
I'll take a draw. 2-2.
Oh, well, don't tell us we got to do it over under. So don't tell me your
Oh, yeah.
scores.
All right. Madison and One Knox.
It should be a Madison win, but because this league is going to be a draw, and it's going to be a high scoring draw.
Fuck it, Madison win.
Of course.
Yeah.
Guys.
What do you have?
Cardio Keegan's coming, baby. Cardio Keegan coming. But it's not going to be enough. Give me Madison.
Okay.
It's not going to be enough.
On my fucking nerves.
You Omaha, Richmond?
Oh, Omaha.
Omaha at home. Oh, yeah, I'll say Omaha at
Yeah,
home.
I take Omaha. I hope for a draw, but I'll take Omaha.
Did you just see what they did to us?
That's why I said I hope for a draw. Hope. Noko versus Tormenta. I take Noko.
I'm gonna take Noko.
Fuego versus Lexington, the worst game of the year.
It's a draw.
Like I just
that's gonna be like a 5-4 thriller, and no one's gonna see it.
Whoever said they had watched this game has lied.
They
Whoever said
deserve
they watched
financial
this game lied.
compensation.
No. This is going to be one of those games where will I watch a replay if I see the score? Maybe. If I see the score and it says like 5-4, I will watch the replay. I will watch it on demand the next morning. I'm not watching it night of. Absolutely not.
Dog, this game doesn't go off to 12:30 in the morning, Monday morning.
Well, all I'm
Eastern
saying
time.
is if you're a new parent and you need your kid to fall asleep, maybe that's the game you put on to help.
Whoever scheduled this game is dumb. I just want to say that.
All right. So what's our vibes and chaos?
I already said my
The
chaos
chaos
is
is the-
Charlotte, Chattanooga.
That's your
is
chaos.
Fuego and Lexington.
Yeah, honestly,
That's the chaos.
it's chaos just for the time alone.
Like,
Fair.
who the fuck scheduled this?
I'm going to say Greenville, NCFC's vibes.
Madison and One Knox.
Okay, so I'm gonna set.
I low-key need Cardio Keegan to score in front of the flock in
Oh, God.
because he might just get the best red card ever.
All
I
right,
will
so the
give my
over
best
under for goals for the week, I'm gonna set the line at 14.
Over. Over. There are 6 matches.
Oh yeah, I'll go 20.
Over.
I'll go
Really?
20.
Fuego
I'll go
Lexington
20.
might beat them in one game.
I'll go 20.
Damn,
I'll go 20.
I'm taking the under because
Because
really,
look. Charlotte and Chattanooga gonna be high scoring.
really,
Yes.
Yes. You Omaha, Richmond. Richmond can't keep a code. I love my kickers. They can't keep a code. That's gonna be high scoring. Fort Madison and One Knox, chaotic energy.
That one I feel like is going to be the lowest scoring match out of all of them.
No, the lowest
Yes.
scores was going to be Greenville NCFC.
No, I'm going to say that's going to be like a 3-1.
That's going to be like 2-1, 1-1. Is no. Fort Madison and One Knox score, I guarantee you. Let Cardio Keegan score in Madison. Fort Madison gonna turn the fuck up. He gonna turn the fuck up. Noko and Tormenta,
That's at least 3
go
goals.
fast. Keziah and Trevor. Trevor might set them 30 goals in that game alone.
Arthur Rogers going to
And-
have 5 assists or something.
Right. And Fuego Lexington? Oh,
That's either going to be
What?
7 goals or 0 goals. Like it's going to be, it's either going to be a high scoring match or it's going to be 0-0 draw. That's
I
gonna
guarantee you this. That will be the highest scoring game of the weekend.
I'm saying
See-
Charlotte and Chattanooga is the highest scoring game of the weekend. But I'm still
Yeah.
easily hammering the over.
Yeah, I'll give
I'm
you 20.
taking the under at 13.
I
What?
just want to know Where are you getting this low-scoring games from? Because I'm looking at this and I don't see any low scoring. Like I said, Madison Knoxville might be a low-scoring game, like 1 or 2 goals.
You only got one game that is low octane. Charlotte, Chattanooga, high octane. Greenville, NCFC, low octane.
Could be
Fort
high
Madison,
octane,
Wood Knox, high octane. Union Omaha, Richmond, high octane.
I
Local
think you're
Tormenta,
confusing
high octane.
cards with goals, and that's the problem.
No,
That's confusing.
cards would be even higher.
What? The last Richmond Union Omaha game was 4-1. The last Madison Wood Knox game was
2-1, and that was with 2 incorrect offside goals.
2-1.
And it should have been 3-2.
The last NCFC Greenville game was 2-1. The last Charlotte and Chattanooga game was 2-2. The last Colorado and Tormenta game was 2-2. And the last Fuego Lexington game was 3-2.
Look,
You about to have stupid energy. You said this shit at 13.
13.
My God.
I just want to say the last time we set the over-under, I think it was like, 16, and 2 games had that many goals.
I still think that there's going to be a lot of trap games that happen this weekend, and there's only going to be one high-scoring game. And
20. And I guarantee
I'm going to say like 17.
Look, I give you 20 and 2 reds.
Damn.
Only 2?
More books and a possible? What are we doing here?
Only 2
like spades. 2, I give you 2 and 3. 20 and 3. I give you 20 and 3.
Where are the red cards coming from?
Fuego, Keegan, if he scored, Charlotte and Chattanooga.
How are we counting books with possibles right now for goals and red cards? I'm not.
I guarantee Keegan, if Keegan listens to this podcast, Keegan, I don't know the last time you scored. I need you to score this week in Madison, my guy. I need you to score in front of the flock in. I need you to jump over the barricade.
Wow.
Just give it everyone
if he jumps. Oh, no.
No, see, why are you trying to get people arrested? What are you doing?
Madison and Knoxville each have 5 red cards.
I'm just
Fuego
saying.
have 7.
Keegan, start the fight, dog.
Omaha's 4.
Keegan, start the fight. Start the fight, Keegan.
Keegan, don't do it. Can we keep the peace? Shit.
Nope. No, fuck that. Keegan, go all out, dog.
So is that your chaos game?
No. I told you what my chaos game was.
I was not. I was so focused on the 20 plus a 3 possible. My bad.
The chaos game is Fuego in Lexington.
Oh, right. We said that.
Yeah.
Chaos is Fuego.
Yeah.
And then your vibes game is NCFC Greenville.
That's mine.
No, I think I might have said Madison or Knox.
I just need NCFC to go into this game. Nobody touch anything. Nobody look at anybody wrong. You go get a smooth 1-0 win, and you bring your ass home. And everybody go rest.
Y'all not doing that.
Stop
Look,
it.
Man.
All I'm saying is Madison needs to win this
The
game.
last time y'all kept the clean sheet was July 26th.
All right, chill out.
Y'all ain't doing that. Y'all ain't doing that. This game about to
Madison,
be y'all niggas
get
fuck.
this win, get yourself 5-point clear, and let the people that want to panic calm the fuck down. Okay? Just keep it simple.
Hey, Kyle.
Just the
Keep it
fact.
tight.
I just want to say, let me ask you a question, Kyle.
Yeah.
If y'all do lose to One Knox this weekend, and One Knox jump y'all for this playoff spot, do you go into the Hitting Derby on Thursday nervous?
No, I'll go in drunk.
So, no offense, why would he be nervous? What are y'all doing right now to make them nervous?
I'm just asking.
No. Here's the thing. There is no point in panicking because all panicking is going to do is give everyone else a chance to jump on that and feed off of it and make whatever jokes and memes. There's no need to panic. I can be frustrated. I am frustrated with how Forward Madison's been playing these last 4 games. I am annoyed, but I'm not panicking because there's still, 8 games left in the season. And all you got, if you win this game, you're 5 points clear with the game in hand on Knoxville. And everyone,
That kind of, at that point, you kind of sealed.
and
like,
that
the
at least
playoffs,
eases
honestly.
whatever concern.
I wouldn't say sealed yet. You sealed.
No,
I
it's not
think
gonna be sealed.
I think it helps, like, like, maybe sealed was a bad
8
word,
games, as we've seen, a team could go and rattle off 7 straight wins. I'm not saying Fort Madison's rattling off like 7, 8 wins, but there's enough time. If you put together 2 or 3 straight wins, you have 3 home games in a row, you get at least 6 points.
Yogi, if you take a point off of Omaha, does that make you feel better about next season? About what
About
you're building
next
for next season?
If I take a point off of Omaha,
Yeah, with the way you've been playing and the roster that you have turning over, does this make you feel good about going into not even the last part of the season, because it doesn't matter, but does it give you an idea of what you're building for next season?
no.
No, it's just a luck. It's
No.
just a lucky point.
Yeah, because the things with Richmond that needs to happen is you got to get young on the offensive half, and you got to do a soft reset. Like, you don't got to cut the entire team like Fuego. You just got to do a soft reset and get more depth on defense. Like, I said it before. I said it, like, if we get 2 draws out of the next 2 games, to me that's a win. Like, I'm fine with that. I'll take 2 draws, and the last 3 out of 4 games are in Richmond. Just go from that point on. Like, all right, it is what it is. Because this season's already done, dusted. It's not going to help me out for next year. I'd rather ask me that question when we start this home stretch, and I'll let you know that.
All right. Yeah. No need to panic.
Cal, what if Keegan scores?
I'm probably gonna call him a cunt, but it is what it is.
Has Keegan
That's
scored a
honest.
hat-trick?
I like it.
Has Keegan scored a hat? No, he has not scored a hat trick.
Cardio Keegan cannot score a hat trick. He's not even scoring a
Kyle.
hat trick in his backyard. I want you to
Kyle.
stop. I want you to be
Kyle.
for real.
All right, Kyle, let me ask you this question. October 14th. Of course, you know who you play, right?
Yep.
Do you feel nervous if that game's for a playoff spot and you got is winning in?
No.
Okay.
That's not me like joining out saying, oh yeah, they're absolutely gonna win, but no. Again, there's nothing good that comes out of me being nervous.
Okay. I like it.
Look, I've seen what this team can do. They just gotta do it.
All right.
That's That's optimistic.
Optimism is my theme for the year. I am trying to be optimistic. I've not let the power rankings, I'm not being gaslit.
We haven't looked at the power rankings in a while.
Bro, I stopped looking at the week 5.
Wow. Now
I
need
went
to
with
look.
positive optimism, not being gaslit. None of that. That has been my MO for this season.
Look, to
I
be
mean-
honest with you, there's nothing positive to come from it. Like, Richmond season literally took a downhill when we lost to Union Omaha up a man 4-1.
Yikes. What?
That's what our season. Go look at it. Literally, that's the point where our season went downhill. We have never recovered from that point. Go look at it. I'll wait.
I believe you. I'm looking at the power rankings and figuring out if I want to be mad.
Don't. You know an intern writing that shit.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. But yeah, Richmond has not recovered since that point. Like, what was that? July 8th. We haven't recovered since then. Nobody go into my 3rd month without a win? Bro, it is what it is.
Oh man,
It is what
that's
it
like
is.
when you went to bed hungry with a wish sandwich.
Yeah.
That's what it is. What it is. That's what that was right there.
Right. Well, Darren's going to bed with a wish sandwich for center backs.
Oof. Is this Akira's last last season.
He just signed a 2-year extension, but
What?
he's a player coach.
Okay.
So
he gonna coach the next one.
Well, he's already coaching now. That's what you see Willie Palmquist getting games. My thing is, look at where Akira's number were at last year to this year. It's a significant drop off. Like last year, he was saving 75% of the shots he faced. This year's around 56. Right? Like it's a huge drop off. And I mean, he's not getting younger; he's getting older. Like, I think for Richmond, I really think you got to pull it. Give Willie Palmquist the keys. Let him go. Like, yeah, you can still have Akira play 10 at max 10 games. Let him do the U.S. Open Cup. Let him get 4 games at home, 4 games on the road, and let Willie Palmquist take the rest. Like, honestly, I don't see an issue. I don't see the logic in not playing Willie the last 5 games of this season or 6 games of this season. Because think about it. If he got it, then all right, we know what we got in a goalkeeper. And if not, okay, we still got Akira. We can go get someone else to just fill in behind. But yeah, let Willie go. Let him start.
I get the goalkeeper thing because I've gone through 4 in a season this season.
Yeah.
With Holiday, Tor, Brooks, that guy we signed for like 15 days.
Yeah.
Dead ass. Signed him for 15 days. I don't know. He was good. I don't know.
He was there for a weekend.
Yeah, I swear. It was like he used us to trial for somewhere else. I don't know, bro.
He was there for a good, not a long time.
Yeah. Basically. So
I
I want my goalkeeper back.
I just want to see a win.
At this point, I just need us to be consistent, and the way, like, there's nothing wrong with our attack. I just really need to see a little bit more consistency on like defending and getting back, because we bomb up the field really quick, but man, sometimes it just looks like it takes them 16 years to get back after running up and down the sideline, trying to feed balls into fucking Olex and Garrett and Pop and Mikey and blah, blah, blah. They love feeding out wide to Blanco, but that's all I want.
Ask you a question about NCFC. Because when y'all keep returning to USL League One, y'all had all this talk. Like, I remember we talked to Bradford. It was all this talk about we're going to bring in the youth, we're going to play the kids, we're going to build. And 3 years later, y'all have gotten away from that. It is literally like, oh, no, we're going to spend this money and get good. Are you kind of disappointed? Like, they kind of got away from that youth academy thing they talked about? Because honestly, like, and granted, I'm not an NCFC, so you would know better than I am. But I can't think out of your recent signings anyone that's an NCFC academy.
Pop.
Prospect.
Pop was a academy kid.
But then Pop go somewhere and come back?
Yeah, but he came from our academy, went played somewhere else and came back. I think they were trying to go the play the kids route, and that doesn't work. Like, we've seen that's literally what the MLS Next is, and some of these teams are doing well and a lot of them aren't. I think it was I think they looked at the wrong model and they held on to it for too long. I think they realized that if you look at the Tormenta route, that's been like one of their better success. Like, that's been a really good successful model. And I think a lot more teams are starting to look at that route for like academy and bringing in people so that the old mixes with the new, and it looks like a really cohesive team. Because as you could tell, like, bringing in like Mikey, Rafa, all those players has really made a difference. But you also still have like our youth out there. Who was the academy kid? Oh, he hadn't played this year because he was injured. So I'm blanking on his name. But he came in. He was a really good signing. Holiday, obviously from our academy. Pop. Just young guys that come from the area, not necessarily right now in our academy, but did grow up within the system. So they know what it is like. I think is the approach they're spinning it to make it work for their youth to pro type of model. I'm okay with it. I like to see wins and I like to see players grow. And if they can grow within this system of like veteran presence, I'm all for it. But I didn't like what we were doing at the beginning. Like, you can't just throw a bunch of 12-year-olds out on a field and think that they're going to compete with these 25 to 28-year-old guys because you want to stick to I need to play the youth and I promise this, so I have to do it type of like attitude. That doesn't work.
Okay. Fair enough. Well, guys, it's going to be an interesting end to the season. When we come back, I think most teams will have anywhere between 4 to 5 games left, so the playoff picture will be a lot more clear at that point. Any last things from y'all before we wrap up?
No.
Yeet the Spanish Federation into the sun.
Hey, did you see the January 6ers got 15 to 22 years? Look at
Yes, I did.
Try to tell them. Just because you think like them don't mean you are them.
That's it.
That's beyond me. If you're black, you understand what I mean when I said that.
I was here. I was all the way here.
I saw it. Yep.
And
once I saw the amount, I was like, yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But that's
like,
what you
bro.
get.
Play stupid games, win stupid prizes.
Oh, so good.
It was on Twitter. I'm sorry. Y'all remember the old woman that was there with the flag? I truly want to know how much time she got.
Banner time on.
Was she the one running the Michigan Stars account?
No, it was so funny.
No.
Somebody said she got sentenced to 5 years. It was like she ain't making it 5 minutes. She already did.
She reminds me of that like old lady in SpongeBob. Like the one that's asking about the chocolate with like her husband that's like basically like this large in the wheelchair.
Oh my god. In this pod.
That's what she reminded me of.
Kyle.
In this pod.
Kyle, that should be the photo this week. We gotta find that old woman from January 6th. Because every time I see that woman, I just die laughing.
And in this podcast right now.
That was not the most out of pocket thing we've said this episode.
No, because Church's Chicken is still on my mind.
That's the one? Okay.
And, I mean, also the dog kicking wheelchair thing in the pod. In this shit. In this shit. I'm done with you.
As always, listeners, I just want to say thank you for taking the time to your day for listening to our show, because without you, we couldn't do this. We appreciate y'all. Enjoy the games this weekend. Win, lose, or draw. Have fun. Enjoy it.
Actually, you know what? If you watch the Lexington Fuego match, send a screenshot of you watching it live at like the 65th minute. It's got to be like late in the match, not like right at kickoff, because I know you're going to do that and then turn it off. I want to see which one of you are true sickos out there.
I'll buy your first beer at your next game.
I'm not doing that.
I will.
Yeah,
unless you play unless you're going to a Fuego match, I don't have $55 for you.
Fuego and Lexington fans are not legit. They cannot claim this.
Or hey, you know how you can make some money?
No.
See you guys next week.
Fuck.